Wait a minute. Have to turn on the microphone so you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, I'm on my Linux computer again because I use OBS Studio. OBS Studio functions mostly the same on Debian Linux as it does on Windows. And so OBS I can use on either Windows or Linux. I can also use StreamYard on either Windows or Linux too. Both OBS and StreamYard are great streaming platforms to use to stream your video games, your podcasts, whatever. I just want to put that out there. Both are free to use, although StreamYard offers paid plans as well. So I'm going to be doing some computer programming. And let me just make sure, yeah. So everything that's on my desktop, absolutely everything that's on my desktop, wherever I'm seeing, you should be seeing in the stream. And I hope you can see it properly. Now, I can't view the Twitch chat, but I get no comments anyway. So I'm going to be doing some computer programming today, but I'd like to start out my stream by making some chess moves. So I have some weird stuff going on here because I'm in several chess games here. So I can see that things are a little bit weird here. Yeah, you see how this is? This is strange because there's so many pieces all over the board here. And I'm thinking that first I want to capture this pawn with the bishop. That seems like a good idea. If all else fails, capture the nearest pawn. And this is a game. This is a really scary game because see if their pawn gets to the other side before mine gets to the other side, then it's going to turn into a queen. But here's the problem. Their pawn is already getting closer. So this is very dangerous, in fact. So I'm trying to think of how I can deal with this. This is scary. So first of all, this is going to turn because if I do that, and I do that, then I do that, and they do that, and then I do that, and then they will have a queen, but I will have a queen. But the problem, you see, is that they will be ahead. They'll have their queen before I do. So it's going to turn into a little bit of a weird problem here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move my pawn. I could lose this game. I mean, I lose a lot of chess games, but sometimes I win. Now, this game is weird. Okay, this game, I love this game here because I've been playing with Anastasia, my friend. And so, yeah, we each have a rook, but I have three pawns. So we have our kings, and I have three pawns. Anastasia has a rook, and so do I. So I have the advantage here. I absolutely have a total advantage here if you think about it. So I'm going to put the king in check here because actually that might not be a good idea. See, I haven't confirmed the move yet. Chess.com lets you confirm that you really want to do a move. See, that's actually not a good move because then if I move this pawn, then the king would be able to capture my rook. So that's not good. Instead, I'm just simply going to move this pawn and hope for the best. Okay, let's see here. So I've made my three moves required for that. And let me look at the tournaments here. Because there's chess tournaments here. And let's see, there's this one. Let's see here. Oh, round one. Oh, there's actual prizes for winning chess tournaments on chess.com. Um, oh, huh. Strange. Yeah, I don't really understand that. Uh, let's see here. A video of yourself analyzing. Okay, so, oh, I didn't even know this existed. I'm getting sidetracked here, but let's see. Okay. Be considered for a prize. Um, Hmm. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I don't really um understand that because I've never really done tournaments. But I'm just going to see if it will let me join this tournament. Maybe it'll let me join this tournament because it's like a one move a day sort of a thing. So, and it starts on December 31st. Okay, so I'll probably get notifications about this chess tournament. It starts on December 31st. Okay, that's cool. And but there's also another site I play chess on, lichess.org. Okay, let's see here. Games and play. Okay. So I think this one, I think they moved their king there after I put them in check. Okay, that's fine. I'm not even sure where I'm going with this game. Yeah, this is kind of weird to be honest. Hmm. Yeah, because see, we each have two rooks. We each have a bishop and a king. I have a total of 6 pawns. They have 4 pawns, so I have the advantage in pawn wise. So since I don't have any better moves, I'm just going to start advancing my pawns for that. Anyway, that's enough. I always want to make sure I do my chess move. That's always a priority to me because I love the game of chess. And so next, I'm back to my OBS here, but I'm going to be doing some programming because my title for this stream is working on my third game. Now, you might be wondering, well, what's your first two games? Because if you don't know me, you wouldn't know this, but let me explain. So, first, I'm going to show you Chasetris. So I right click, open in terminal, I type make, it compiles, runs the game. And see, this is my first game that I made. This is Chasetris. And it's really cool. And it has a little looping animation here, which is nice. But actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to be showing something. Okay, so ls, I'm actually going to remove the iMove log file, okay, because that is the replay file. Okay, I'm going to remove iMove, okay, iMove log.txt. I copy and delete my files with the Linux terminal. I'm a command line nerd because I grew up with DOS. Um, okay, anyway, and see, I already compiled the program when I typed make. And you can see there that I already compiled and ran it. Actually, let me try something. The font, okay, I like the font. I can read the font. But you know how sometimes when you upload a video to a platform and it ends up being a little bit blurry? For that reason, I feel like I want to make the font a little bit bigger so that it can always be viewed even if there's a little bit. Okay, so the system font is smaller there. And then there's monospace regular 12. How about let's try, okay, what's monospace? Okay, monospace bold is nice. Let me try regular versus bold. Okay, now bold, I like the bold better. I do. I think I like the bold better. And like here's monospace uh italic. I can't see the difference though. Okay, let's go to monospace bold, but let's make it go up to size 16. Okay, now that's big. That's a nice big font. So you can see that when I type make, it compiles and it runs it. And then it loads the game and just lets me play. But I'll also show you that now that there is an executable named main, I could do /main and just run the game. The game just launches because it's already compiled. Now, this is the title screen of my game Chasetris. It explains that River Black Rose inspired me for playing Tetris, and I have a programming Patreon account. I want people to subscribe to me on Patreon because I all the latest games updates that I do, I put on my Patreon. I'm trying to establish myself as a Patreon creator. So, but here's the first game. So let me show you something. I can press I and I can save the game. And then I can move this block around. I can do everything. The Tetris blocks appear, and see, I can do that. If I press P, it will load the game. And notice how it says state 0 loaded in the terminal, which is behind it. So that's state 0 loaded. But let's switch to a different state. State 1 selected. See, if I press the number keys, it does all kinds of things. So if state 0 selected and I press P, it loads the game. Let's select state 1, but if I try to load state 1 has not been saved yet. Nothing to load. So P pressed, but there is no game state to load. So we have not yet loaded, we haven't saved a state to load. So yes, Chasetris has save states, like an emulator has save states, but it's a PC game. It's not an emulated game. It runs on native modern PC hardware, and it is open source. Just want to put that out there. So the trick is that you can get the source code if you want. And most of my posts on my Patreon are public. You don't have to pay to subscribe to see my Patreon posts. But the idea is that I provide the source code and, great games, and that they support me by subscribing to get the latest updates and maybe special posts that only they would see. So that's the idea. But anyway, let me explain what's so great about save states. So let me play. Now, the thing is, my game has no gravity. The blocks fall only when you make them fall. So here's what I'm going to do. So you see this. See how I can do this here. This is actually pretty cool if you think about it. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. So okay, let's see. I'm just gonna try this. I'm just gonna place these blocks down here. Okay, let's see here. Where do I want to put this block? Well, okay, I'm gonna put this block here, and I'm gonna put this here. Then I'm going to put this one here. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Actually, here's an example. Say, so if I put this one here, well, then I can still put this one here. But I can reload because I saved the state. And I can go back, and I can instead put this block position like this. And then see, I can put the green one there. So that's the beauty of save states. So if you're playing a game and you accidentally place a block in the wrong spot and you want to move it over, well, or what if you're down here and you don't want to put that down here yet? What if you have it all the way to the bottom? Let's go back up and we can put it somewhere else. See, that's what's great about my Tetris game. You can save and load the game at any time. And it keeps a log of key presses, which rewinds if you load a previous state. That's what makes my Tetris game superior to other Tetris games, because it has built-in emulator-like save states, but it's native hardware. So it's really cool. I've never seen another Tetris game that does this. So yes, I play my own Tetris game all the time. Like it's wild. Now, this feature to save and load states is so useful that it's something I want to implement in my third game, but I don't have it. Now that's my first game, was Chasetris. I'm going to exit out of that terminal. And then I'm going to go up a directory. And I'm going to show you Chase Puyo, which is another game I have. So we're going to make that. Okay. So here you'll notice, I want you to notice, first of all, here's the terminal. Notice how it says it failed to open input file move log, but it says this is not an error. It just means input is keyboard only. that means it's not reading a move log, so it gives me control. So this game is also similar. Let me show you how. If I'm playing Chase Puyo, and if you don't know what Puyo is, go look up Puyo Puyo Tetris or Puyo Puyo Champions on Steam, and you will see. Now, this game allows save states. See? Game save. And then if I put that there, but I decide I don't want that there, then and I can reload it. You see how that works? That is really cool. So the basic idea is that if you have a game with save states, you can have perfect play. You can have it do some amazing things here. So for example, if I do this, ooh, wait a minute. I didn't want to pop the yellow. I didn't want to pop the yellow ones yet. Okay, let me go back. See, this is why save states are nice. So, and they do come in the rainbow order. There's a certain order they come in. It's in Chase Triss and Chase Puyo, the things come in the exact same colors, exact same order every single time. So now this is actually interesting. So let's save the state. I save state 0 and 1. So notice if I do this, notice how we have chain reactions. See how all those pop? But then we don't have the red ones pop. So I need to do something. Okay, let me go back. See, that's what's great about my games is you can go back and you can fix things that you want to fix. So let's try something. So now I have that, and then see I have this. So now it gets cool because, and I'm not gonna worry too much about everything. So now I'm just gonna put these things over here. And then I want to keep doing these until, okay, see now I've got my purple or fuchsia, magenta. So look at this. So now what we have here is I can place that, pop, 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 pop. Yep, you see that? It's the max chain is 6. So you see we had a chain of 6, and I can actually do this in an actual Puyo Puyo game. Unfortunately, if I mess up in a regular Puyo Puyo game, I can't go back and fix my own mistakes. So Chase Puyo allows you to go back and fix things just like Chase Triss does. That's literally what makes my games such a unique and original idea. They're not original games because they're clones of Tetris and Puyo Puyo, but the feature of being able to go back and fix mistakes, that's special. Now let me show you something else special. Okay, so let me X out of this. Let's do ls. Okay, so see this, how we have a file named omovelog. Here's what we're going to do. cp, which stands for copy, omovelog.txt to imovelog.txt. See that? I copied it. Now let's start running the program. Let's see what happens. Notice that it says imovelog.txt is opened. We'll read commands from this file before keyboard. See, that's what it does. So here's the title screen of Chase Puyo. Now watch this. You see that? You see how all of them, they play so fast. Technically, I probably should slow it down. But do you see that? That's the beauty. Not only are my games designed to let you go back and fix mistakes, they are also designed for making tool-assisted speedrun videos. I can't stress enough how cool my own games are for doing this, because how many times while playing these games did I want to go back and wish I could go back in time and fix things? And this is the world of video games. You can do that if the developer puts it in the game. But I am the game developer now. That's why I'm so excited. Like, this is really sweet stuff. So what I'm going to be working on today is I'm going to show you, actually let me just show you the movelog file real quick. See that? The key presses. That's the key presses that it records. So here's the trick. Now, those were the first two games, Chase Triss and Chase Puyo. Now, I have a lot of projects here. I have so many projects. In fact, let me okay, what's this? Okay, I'm just gonna see. I forgot what this project was. That's weird. Oh yeah, that's weird. There's Twilight Sparkle. I have no idea what that project is. Okay. I did something with My Little Pony characters a long time ago, and I forgot what the project was. That's how I am. That's autism. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of projects, but let me go to Chase Panel. Now I'm going to show you something here. And this game, I believe, actually includes music, and I will explain that more later. But let's see here. I'm going to type make, and so here's the title screen. Oh, it's full screen. I forgot that I had made it full screen. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, it's got the music. Yeah, you see how that is? It is a complete game. It's a clone of the gameplay of Panel de Pon. Now you will notice here how it said failed to open input file omovelog.txt. This is not an error, it just means so it has a replay feature. It really does, okay? And the music came from OC Remix, just want to put that out there. Okay, so but here's what I need to do. There's a few things I need to do with this game. Because, first of all, I need to make some changes. Because I made this game, it's feature complete, except it doesn't have a way to save and load the file. So, first of all, I'm going to disable the full screen. I just want it to be a regular window because I need to be able to see the terminal at the same time. And then I'm going to disable the music loading because I want it to be able to load faster. So now let's see here. If I try to recompile and rerun it, so here's the title screen. It looks the same window size as the other game. It's very similar. Notice the inspiration in this case is Panel de Pon, and it has the same link to my programming Patreon. Okay, so here's the game. Now that the music is not playing, you can still hear me speak. So I'm going to show you. So if I press I, it doesn't do anything. So I doesn't do anything. So if I try to say, if I try to press I and then I try to move some things around, then pressing P doesn't do anything. So you'll see here, it shows what key I'm pressing on the top right of the screen. It shows what key I'm pressing. So X gives me more panels. So pressing X just makes more panels appear, rather than them coming up at a constant rate like they do in Panel de Pon. The player has complete control of when they come. So they come in the same order. They form this beautiful rainbow. Now you'll notice here, you're going to notice something. Notice how you see the little black squares? That's the cursor. You can see what two squares. If you haven't played Panel de Pon, you're not going to understand this game. But if you have, or you play Tetris Attack, which is the Americanized version of it, then you might understand. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something really cool. So if I were to, actually, Wait. That that okay, this might not work. Okay, okay, I'm gonna try something here. Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna switch I can't talk. I'm gonna switch the red and the green squares here. So when I do, the red disappear, then the green fall, and then the green disappear. It says combo 2. So you can do combos where there's a chain reaction in Chase Panel, much like you can do in Chase Puyo. However, I can't go back and I can't save and load the state. So how do I implement that? Well, that's the purpose of today's video, is I'm going to actually be doing the coding and implementing that feature. Now, this will be time consuming, so some people might not be interested in it, but I have to do this because I want my third game, Chase Panel, to be as complete as Chase Triss and Chase Panel are. So what I'm going to do is, and notice the color, the pastel rainbow colors. It's a little bit different in Chase Panel than it was in the other two games. So, but I also noticed that it has, it actually, it will read an iMoveLog file. So let me go back to, okay, where, yeah, okay, that's weird. There's that. Okay, I want to go back. So what happens if I rename the oMoveLog to iMoveLog? Let's change the name from oMoveLog to iMoveLog. And then we're going to rerun the game. And let's see. Do you see how it did that? Do you see how it did that? And it did it so fast you didn't see what was happening. I can slow the game down. I could maybe show how to do that later on. But for right now, I'm going to leave it as is. So I need to do some development on this project. I need to add the feature to save and reload the game. So you know what that means? I'll tell you what that means. How did I implement that feature in the first two games? Well, we're going to go back and we're going to look. So I'm going to open two tabs of STL Chase Triss. Okay, so first of all, let's look at how it was done. So you'll notice here this file, chasetriss gamesave.h. This is a file for the handling of multiple game states for Chase Triss. Here's the save index. And then it has a structure called GameSave. It's a C programming language structure. And it holds several variables. The variable exist. Does this save file exist? What's the block type that is in the current save file? How many moves have there been? How many key presses? Does the whole block exist or not? Does the what's the score? So it has to save that. It has to do everything. It has to save all of this stuff. Now log posts. Honestly, I don't even know if the log position variable is even used. But the game works, so I'm not going to be changing any code in Chase Triss. Because the game works, and if it works, why change it? And then it has a defined structure, and then void game saves. This is a function. It saves all the data in the game. So it saves to the grid, the main grid. So this is from Chase Triss, my Tetris game. That's what this code here is from. And then let's look at how it might differ in Chase Puyo. So we're going to go here and we're going to go to Chase Puyo, and there is a Puyo game save. Now look at this. Notice that these two files, actually, is there a way to switch between? Oh, there is a way. There is a way. Oh, okay, I did not mean to do that. So in Chase Puyo, it has different variables. Notice how in Chase Triss, it has that, it has all those, but then in Chase Puyo, it has Puyo 1 and Puyo 2, which are the current colors of the two Puyo, and it saves them, and so whether the hold exists and removes, Puyo popped all. It has all of those things, and it works. The variable names are weird. Notice it says Tetris block. That's because technically the same code that was used for the Tetris block and the rotating and everything, it's still the same code because I copied the code from Chase Tris when I made Chase Puyo. It's a fork of Chase Tris, but it's redesigned, so it's not compatible at all. It just has some variable names in common. And there's 10 of the struct game saves, so that's a type. So, but here's what I need to do. I actually now Chase Tris is the source. We're not going to be copying from Chase Puyo. My Tetris game is actually the foundation. My Tetris game I made first, and it's the foundation for my other games. Obviously, a lot of things I changed the text, but most of the framework of the game is actually the same. So we're going to go back to Chase Tris. We're going to copy Chase Tris game save. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to, let's see here. We're going to rename this file. It's going to be, yeah, okay, so chased panel game save. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So, and notice that the chase panel, this has several, and it still has remnants of Tetris in this source file. We're going to, okay, chastity panel d pawn. We're going to change some things. Okay. So notice there's a struct panel player that has the size and color, and I don't remember. It's been a long time since I wrote this code, in case you can't tell. So that's weird. So, and it still has a Tetris array size that doesn't really apply anymore. There's a lot that doesn't apply, but the game works. So this is the code that runs the game, all the physics. And notice that a lot of these variables in the chase panel.h file are actually about my Tetris game. I haven't deleted those files. I mean, those variables, because if I want to clean it up later, I can, but cleaning it up has the potential to make it malfunction in ways I don't expect. So I'm not going to risk it. I want the game to work. I know it works now, so I'm not going to change it. There's horizontal matching functions. There's vertical matching functions. There's a lot of code here, tons of code. But so here's what we need to do. Let me look at. So here is main.c in chase panel, and let's look at main.c in chase tris and see what the differences are. So see this? Okay, let's go to the top of the file. Notice that in here I have a longer comment that explains the rendering engine and everything, and it has several variables, these are the SDL include, the standard C library include files. But notice this. Notice here how right after chasetris.h we have chasetris gamesave.h. And so if we go back over here, we have SDL chased music, and I actually used that file when I did Chase Tris 1989. I actually used that. I have a special version of Chase Tris meant to look like it's from 1989. So, but here's the thing. So after it has the stuff for the music and the rainbow palette, it has chase panel, the main file that controls the physics of it. So here's what we need to do. So notice here we have in the Tetris game we have chasetris gamesave.h, but instead we're going to put this here. But notice this. That file doesn't exist by that name. So let's go here. Let's try make. Notice that Chase games no such file or directory. That's right, because the file that I actually have is let's see, where is it? Okay, we need to go back here. Here's the correct folder that window. So here's what we're gonna do. Chase panel game save. Okay, so let's go back here and let's make sure that we have the correct file name for the include header. Okay, now I'm going to close that thing and let's see. Okay, notice this. You see how this is? Let me make this terminal bigger. Okay, so notice that in function save game save, block type undeclared. First using this function, did you mean clock T? Hold used undeclared. So you see what it's doing is it's giving me error messages because this file references variables that don't exist in Chase Panel, but they did exist in Chase Tris because it's a whole different game. That means first step to make when porting this over in a form compatible is I have to eliminate these variables. I have to eliminate because there is no such thing as a block type in this. So the process of programming is a tedious one. So first of all, we're going to remove block type. So first, we're going to remove, okay, so let's remove where it says block type. We're going to remove that. Let me make sure, yep, that's the right file. Okay, we're going to make that, and now it doesn't have an error about block type, but it has an error about hold used. And hold used is, yeah, okay, so hold used, yeah, okay, hold used is weird. Yep. So anything that references hold used, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's see. I have to make sure all the errors are gone. Okay, there's still an error of block type undeclared. Okay, block type equals save state index block type. Okay, so there is another block type further down the line here. We need to remove that. Yes, okay. And we need to remove the hold used, because those don't make any sense in the Chase Panel game. Now, lines cleared total undeclared. Of course, there's no such thing as lines cleared total. Why would there be lines cleared? Because you clear lines in Tetris. Okay, let's do Control F. Okay, lines cleared. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to remove a reference to lines here. We're going to remove lines here. There should be nothing about lines in this source file. Okay, now there's nothing about lines. Hey, it works. Okay, so now the game still runs. We got rid of the errors. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I need to delete the move log file. So besides deleting files from the terminal, I can just go here and I can right click, move to trash. That's what I can do. And I'm going to close these two things because I don't want to get confused. If I need to open them again, I can. So here's the thing. So we already know that block type and hold don't exist. And even back to back makes no sense. That does not exist it only exists in the Tetris game. Let's see here. Wait, back to back has no member named back to back. Okay, we're going to remove back to back because back to back does not make any sense. It's another remnant of the Tetris game that we're going to remove. because this is a panel to pawn game. There's no such thing as a block that you hold for later use. You're just flipping panels. That's all you're doing. Okay, so let's see here. So the game now, there's no errors. It functions and runs. However, we need to have a way, because we have a new source file, but it doesn't know how to do anything. It doesn't know how to do it. So here's what we're going to do. So the save index is 0. So here's what we actually need to do is, first of all, I need to open up the Chase-Tris one again, because we need to configure some things here. So first of all, let's look at main.c. So let's look at the word save. Does the word save? Okay, the game save word exists. Okay, and then that's about saving the move log to save. Okay. But there's nothing in the main.c file about saving. So where is that data? Well, I only know this because I'm the programmer of the game. So let's go to the input. So here, so check this out. So here is where we see, because we're getting the key presses with SDL. So look at this. Keys after this are for managing save states. And this is the exact code from the input. See, this is the input file. Everything is a big function. The keyboard function here is, yeah, this is, well, it was a port of the Raylib version, because the Raylib version is an older version. It's still on Steam published, actually, but it works. So this is all the code. So it waits for a key press, actually. There's code elsewhere in the program, but okay, so it sets the move ID, and it sets I saves the game, P loads the game, and then keys 0 through 9 select which save state's going to be used. And then those were keys for managing between two grid drawing motions, and that's only applicable to Tetris. It doesn't apply to this game that I'm working on now. So we're going to copy. Notice how I left comments. So there's the end of save state managing keys. Then we're going to go to the beginning of the save state managing keys. We're going to copy this text from that file. And there is also, I'm gonna close that file. Then we're gonna go back to the Chase panel folder, and notice there is an SDL input file here. It's not going to be the same as this. Okay, let's see here. Okay, yeah, some of it is code that was copied from Chase-Tris, but notice here. Okay, look at this. See how it has flip and it has more? They're actually, if we do flip, if we search for flip, the words flip and more don't even exist in the Chase-Tris file. They don't exist. So they're not relevant. So notice, okay, I want to show you something. So the save state managing keys, right after we had the keys that control up, down, left, and right, and there's more than one key. You can either use the WASD keys, or you can use the arrow keys on the keyboard. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, after the keys that manage the arrows, well, then we need to have the keys that manage. Okay, so after the right, yeah, instead of Tetris move right, it just has right. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna paste what we copied from the other file. So let's see here. Let's just see here. Hey, the game works. That's strange. The game works. No errors. Let's try. Oh, state 0 saved. Okay. Let's try. Let's try something here. I'm going to try something. I'm going to put that pink one there. We're going to have, okay, let's move this pink one here. And, okay, then this pink one here. Oh, crap. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to save the state. I'm going to switch these. And, hey, it works. It really works. It works amazingly. Okay, but let me restart the game because I want to make sure this works right. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to save the state because we want to set up a combo. That's kind of the point of why I do it this way that I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a combo. Okay, we're totally going to set up a combo. Actually, let's make more panels here. Let's fill the whole screen with panels, and we're going to save some states. And see, it appears like it works, but we need to see. Okay, now look at this. Notice how the number of moves increases the more I do. The more things. But if I press P, it goes back to 25 moves. So the score, the combo, and the moves are what's relevant here. So here's what we're going to do. Notice we have red, green, and blue. Okay, that's nice. So what we're going to do here is let's do something with the pink. Okay, we're going to place this pink here. We're going to place this pink here. And so I'm setting up a combo. You're going to see why this is relevant. And if the code is not correct, then it's not going to show things properly. We're going to see here. So, but we want to set up a combo. We want to set up a good combo. Oops, I messed up. I didn't mean to do that. So, okay. We're going to set up a combo. The idea is, wait a minute. Okay, wait. We need these. Okay, yeah, we need these to be red. We need these to be blue. And then we need this and this to be green. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So now I'm making sure I don't need to save all the multiple save states. It's just something that I do, okay? I'm obsessed with saving multiple save states. Okay, so here's the idea. What we're going to do here is I'm going to try to flip these two squares. And let's see. Oh. Hey, okay. So the score is 3,000, the combo is 4, and the moves are 110. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, see the moves do rewind to I guess what they were. Wait a minute. I just noticed something. See the panels. Yeah, okay, so okay. Oh, okay, that's weird. So yeah, that's exactly as it should be. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, so the score's correct, but notice something. Notice that how when the game is when reloaded, the cursor does not go back to the same location it was at. That's because it should. I want it to because the game needs to be rewinded to the exact place. So the idea is see because here's the spot it was on. This is where it should be. So if I don't move the cursor, that's fine. And we get the exact same result every time. We do that same combo over and over because we rewinded it. But, and also I can improve on this combo. I'm gonna do something cool. Okay. I'm going to put this yellow one right there. And you're gonna see why. Now, when I do this, flip there. And then see the yellow falls, creating, oh, we had a combo of 6. Wait, I missed what that combo was. I want to see what combo. Oh, that green. There was a green that matched accidentally. So now I have a combo of 6. The score is 6,300 instead of 3,000. Now the score algorithm I wrote myself. It doesn't match any existing Panel Upon games. Not to my knowledge, because I didn't research it. I don't know what the scoring system is in Panel Upon. I don't even care. I just tried to make a score system to reward combos. But there's still that problem that it doesn't rewind to where was the cursor? Where was the current cursor at? So that means I still have one more thing to add. I need to fix that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to need to make one more modification to the game. Now notice that what moves the cursor are the up, down, left, and right functions. Okay, that's great. So, okay, so let's go here. So let's look at something. So what we need to do, let me go back to, okay, I'm gonna X out of the Chase folder because I don't want to get confused. So let's go to chasepanel.h. And notice here we have the struct panel player. So X and Y locations. And the rect, I'm not even sure. Yeah, the player rect, set up the values of the player. I'm not even sure. I don't even remember what that code was actually from. But I'm not going to mess with it. If it works, it works. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, okay, so let's look. Okay, so the down function, here's what it does. So the down function, it increases player.y because, see, there is a panel, yeah, the struct is panel player, but the variable of the structure, the instance, is called player. So we know that down, it makes the y value go down by adding 1 to the y value. This is Cartesian geometry here. So what we have to do now is, notice it also, if player.y equals the grid height, so that means it's going to equal it if it hits the bottom, then it's going to subtract 1 from player.y. If it's going to subtract 1, because it added 1, no, it's too far, let's go back. And then up does the opposite. It subtracts 1, but if it's less than 0, then it adds 1, and it makes it back to 0. So it works. And then the same thing with right. So x is 1, but if x is higher than the grid width, that if it equals grid width minus 1, wait a minute. I'm trying to understand that. Wait, if player.x equals grid width minus 1. Oh, yes, because there's 2 squares, actually. There's 2 squares, so you have to account for that. I understand it now. So, okay, but it works. But in any case, so if player is less than 0, it has to add 1 back to it. So the grid width and the grid height, which are the same as they are in Chasetrus, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And I can check on that later. But yeah, but if there's not an error, if it's not out of bounds, then the move log of the moves will be the move ID. So it will save the move ID. Now you may remember, if we go back to the input file, notice the move ID. See, the move ID is what is the character that's going to be saved to the move log to identify the move. So W, S, A, D, and then X and Z. So Z flips called flip and flips the panels, and X calls the more function. It simply gives us more panels. That's what it does. So the move ID is important there. It's important. So, but here's the thing. We have to make sure that player.x and player.y are being backed up when we save and load the game. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to go back to the panel game save file. Okay. So, what we're going to do here, we're going to create, so we already have in Chase Panel, okay, first of all, let me go back to the top here. So the Tetris, it's still the same as the Tetris grid. It's ironic that way that I left it the same. So, but we want to make sure that the player X and Y are restored. So it's actually weird. Panel player. Yeah, that's weird. Here, knit. Yeah, that's weird how that is. And it works. I forgot how it works, but it works, and that's what matters. I wrote the game, but, you forget things. Okay, anyway. So, we're going to back up the player. We're just going to back up the player because that's the way to do it. So, the player is the two squares that move around the board. So in the game save, actually, we don't need the log position. We don't need that. We actually don't need that. I don't think we do. I'm just going to be sure. I'm going to remove things one at a time. So, okay, yeah. There's no errors there. Now, and we can remove. Now, what happens if we remove main block from this? Let's remove main block and just see what happens. Yep. Ooh, so yeah, so the state main block equals the main block. But it has no member name main block. Okay, yeah, that's not good. So let's put it back. And then let's remove the hold block. Let's just remove the hold block and see if it functions. Oh, struct games that have no member named hold block. But see, there is no hold block in a panel de pawn game. So let's simply remove all the lines that reference a hold block because that doesn't exist in this game. Let's just simply remove anything referencing the hold block. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the game functions and it runs, but it still doesn't back up the... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So the structure was called panel player. And so the struct panel player. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a variable by the same name in this structure. So we have... Okay, here we go. We have struct panel player. And then what we're going to do is, notice how we have this, because it uses the state, the array called state that has 10 save states. So just as we have state save index dot grid equals main grid, we're going to have to do the same thing with the player. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to okay, so state save index dot player equals player. See how that is? Let's see how that works. And let's see if it has any errors. No errors. No errors, in fact. So it saves the player, but we also need to make sure that the loading function loads the player. That's the key thing. So, and it does the state, state, yeah, that state has not been saved yet. Nothing to load. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to, so we're going to make sure that now, see how this works. So, player equals, we just flipped it around. So player equals the save state player. The fact that you can just copy a structure as a unit is one of the most convenient features of the C programming language. And C++ too. The fact that it's just a variable, you can set this equals this, and it will copy the whole structure. Okay, so that works. So let's try something. So now let's try something. I'm going to save the state. We're going to move the cursor. Hey, it works. You see that? It works. So now, if I were to, and okay, look at this. Notice this? State 2 has not been saved yet. Nothing to load. That's interesting, isn't it? So now it does the same thing. State 1 is not saved. So state 0, state 0 selected, state 0 loaded. So you may notice that within the case of the up, down, left, and right thing, it gives a message of what key is pressed. And it does that for X and Z. But it doesn't give a message. It doesn't give a message about what state is selected or loaded. Okay, so here's what we have to do. There's still one more step to finish this. Actually, though, before I make any more changes, I want to back up my current work. So what I'm going to do here, I don't usually even show this part, but I'm going to open my web browser. And, oh, this is my home page, by the way. I made my own website. There's a spinning triangle. I have a lot of content. chastitywhiterose.github.io. So anyway, but I'm going to go to my GitHub account. Let's see here. Yes, I'm still logged in, so that's fine. I have many repositories. So I'm going to go to my Chase panel repository. I've made some serious changes. And it was a month ago that I made any changes whatsoever. And the last change I made was when I made this script for building on Windows. I'm on Linux right now, so I can't show this in this video, but I actually have a very simple script that will load. It will compile on my Windows computer. So, but I made some serious changes to the source code. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the chased panel folder, and we're going to select any file that ends in a C or an H. Let's copy the make file too while we're at it. I don't know when was the last time I updated these files. I don't know. So let's copy. We don't need to copy omovlog. That's generated all the time. So we have that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, added save states to the game. Okay, so that's my commit changes. So now that I've uploaded those files to my repository, this is how I back up my files. I send myself emails and I upload archives to Patreon as well. So notice how it says, notice how the last commit message, it says added save states to the game. But notice that even though I uploaded all of the H files, only the ones that actually have changed since the last upload, only the ones that have been edited. And you can tell because this one, I edited that file, I changed the comment. In this one, I added the file. This didn't exist before. Main.c I changed because I added the include file to it. So, yeah. So, and then STL, I changed the input file. So yes, I did all of that. And there was a bug fix that I put here in June 22nd. So yes, I did all of that. That is cool. So here's what I want to do though, is I want to make it display messages on the right side of the screen when a state is saved or loaded. I want it to be able to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I need to go to sdlgraphics.h. So there's a certain folder here. So, okay, so let's see here. Where is it? There, yeah. Okay, draw input. See, here is a function that draws the text of the input. This is meant for showing players how the game is played just by looking at the video. I thought it would be helpful for my Twitch stream viewers. And that was exactly what I was thinking at the time I wrote that comment. So notice we have this draw input thing. Notice it has a case. So there is a variable for the text X location. And then the scale of it is a certain formula. And what it does is if the move ID, because the switch is the move ID, the switch statement in C, I can't explain that, but if you know the C programming language, you'll know that a switch is a shorter form of doing an if else, you know, all that stuff. So it has a case. So if it's WASD Z or X, it will do that. And otherwise, its default action is to copy a blank string. So here, right here is where we're going to have to add some code. So here's what I need to do. We need to open up the Chasetris2 folder once again, because I copy everything from my Tetris game. See, Chasetris is not just the best Tetris game ever, but it is also the basis. It's my programming library. I take examples from that game and modify them for my other games. And I hope that somebody actually cares about this, because this is really, really powerful stuff. Okay, so here we have, let's go to the SDL graphics, because there's going to be, okay, so let's do draw input. There should be a function, yes. Okay, so here, okay, most of this looks the same. So we have, so it's weird how the scale is 8, but then it scales it according to the width of the screen. There was actually a reason for that. Actually, let me show you something. What happens if I remove this? If I remove this by commenting that out. Oh wait, okay, that's the wrong thing. I need to go back to my terminal. I need to open my terminal back up. Now let's see here. Okay. Actually, it works pretty well. I don't really think it has a problem exactly, but I'm just gonna put it back the way it was, because it might make a difference. So the text width was, yeah, 21 divided by 32. It's kind of weird how that was, because they were slightly different. But let's see, does it look right? It looks right either way, but it only does it for the WSD, Z, and X keys. So, but I want it to be able to do it for the other things. So right here, we need to add some stuff, but we're going to copy it from over here. So if the case is I, so if the move ID ends up being I, then it's going to copy to the text the game save. And if the case is P, you know, then it's going to game load. But it's weird. Notice that if state at that save index exists, it will load that. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, then it's going to be press, but there is no game state to load. So, and these are all the cases for those keys. So what we're going to do is we're just simply going to copy this block here, because the messages should be the same regardless of which game. So we're going to copy this. Yeah, then we're going to paste all of that. Let's see if it works. Let's just see if it works. Okay, so wait a minute. Wait, I'm in the wrong. That's Tetris. That's the wrong game. That's so embarrassing. Okay, see, that's what happens. Okay, I accidentally opened the terminal in the wrong place. Okay, that explains so much that was wrong. Okay, so now we're in Chase panel. Let's try this. So we see that it has the right messaging for all of those. Okay. Yes. Notice not only does it say state 0 saved in the terminal, and then state 0 loaded in the terminal, but it also shows it on the right side of the screen just as it did in Chase-Tris. And notice that every time I load the state, the cursor goes back of the player, goes back to where it was. It works. And so if I try to select state 1 and load it, P press, but there is no game state to load. See? So, you see how that works? It works. It actually works. So now you see Chase Panel actually has a way to save and load the state of the game. So let's say if I save the state 7 saved, and then I press X and make more panels appear, but then I decide I don't want all those panels. I want to go back. There we are. And if I move down here and I do something, I'm like, wait, no, I want to go back in time. So now Chase Panel behaves exactly the same way as Chase-Tris and Chase-Puyo as far as saving and loading of game states. Okay, it works. Okay, it works. It totally works. So now I've made the necessary changes. I'm going to remove the omovelog file. Okay, let's just run the game here again. Let's just do one more test. Yep. It save, load. Yeah, it does all that. Select states. Okay. And then remove. Oh, okay. So now the game, it works. But, oh, one more thing I forgot. I need to put the music back in the game. Because the music is beautiful. The music I chose for this is beautiful. It's all on OC Remix. And if you do download the archive, you will be able to, you'll have the MP3 files, which you can get for free. I carefully read the licensing on the OC Remix website, and as long as I give them credit, I should be able to use their music in my game and in my videos. So I'm going, now that I've put that back in, I'm going to show you the music. These are the music files that I chose for Chase Panel. Look at the README here. Okay, and it explains, okay, you know, the music, it says, what's the artist's name? You know, what's the link to where you can download the song? So this is in the music README file, Chase Panel music license. So I have everything here. So you can find out all the information of where that music came from. Okay, so now we know it works. There's OBS Studio. So now here's what I'm going to do. I don't need this file. That was for a temporary upload. We're going to create an archive. Okay, so Linux SDL chased panel.7-zip. That's what we're going to do. So now you may notice that, let's go back here. So the only file that actually got modified was the SDL graphics since the last time I uploaded, because I added these messages about which state was selected or loaded or saved. So that file got changed. So now here's what I'm going to do. Ooh, I just farted. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that I updated the SDL graphics, notice it had a June 22nd bug fix, but we're going to give a new message. What does this update include? So let's go, okay, SDL graphics. And so with this commit, added messages for loading and saving states. Okay. And that's what I did with that update. So here you see, this is my Chase Panel repository. Wait. Okay, and it has a README. It has, okay, Chase Panel, this game is my own attempt at a Panel to Pawn clone. So I have some information, and it explains that if you, there are other clones of Panel to Pawn. Panel Attack, Flip-On, Superplexus. These two were on Steam. I've played these games myself. I've completed these games. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So I have one watching this project. Somebody's actually, oh, I'm watching my own project. You know you're an introvert when the only one watching your GitHub repository is yourself. Okay, that's embarrassing. I don't have any friends. I'm an autistic computer programmer. Okay, that's fine. Um, so yeah, in case you can't tell, I'm excited. So I'm going to go to patreon.com. Okay, here's my Patreon. And I don't understand this stuff. Ooh, let's see. Sell digital projects like videos and photos to anyone directly on Patreon. No membership required. I don't know how to do that yet. I have not learned how to do that. But here's what I'm actually, I have all kinds of things. So, for example, that shows a demo video of Chase Just 1989. I've done separate videos about that, so I won't repeat that. So, but I was working on Chase Just 1989. That was what I was working on. I did a post. I am not a Jew, but I post other non-programming things on here too. It's like if I have it. I do Twitch streams. I do lots of videos. I upload whenever I make an update to one of my games or whenever I develop new build scripts or building on Windows 11, for instance. I put it on here. And I have a demo of look at this Chase Puyo demo I made. I made a Chase Puyo demo. Look at that. You see that demo there? Look at that incredible combo. I don't know if you can see that because it's probably small. But yeah, like because the fact that I was set up a weird combo in Chase Puyo, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's basically the idea. Is my Patreon is kind of the central hub. It's the place where you can find the latest of my computer program projects. Now, of course, you also saw my GitHub, and yes, you can follow my GitHub. You can totally follow my GitHub if you can figure out how. But how many of my viewers are computer programmers? I don't know. I don't. You're not unless you're a computer programmer. You're probably not going to be on GitHub. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to be doing some text here, a text message. Okay. So chased panel update. Okay. I made some huge changes tonight for my third game, Chased Panel. Now the game can be saved and loaded at any point, just like it can in Chased Triss or Chased Puyo. Okay. Follow me for more game development updates. Okay, that's a good message. I'm not good at coming up with messages. Let's see here. Oh, I'm going to create a collection. Okay. Chased panel. Okay, we're going to create a collection. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Oh, and I'm going to upload the file. So Linux chase panel.7zip. Okay, you'll need the 7-zip program to open a 7-zip, but 7-zip files are smaller. They compress well. So what you'll see there is that it's uploading the Linux version. So the Linux version it's a zip. So if you have Debian or Ubuntu Linux, including my friend Jamie, you can download that archive. You don't have to compile the game because the main.file, all you need is /main. Run the game that's already compiled. Because if you're on Debian or Ubuntu Linux on most Intel-based PCs, it's just going to work for you. And if you're on a different PC, you can still compile and run it if you have the know-how. Like, for example, a Raspberry Pi. Um, so I'm going to, okay, now who can see this? I have the option to make it for all paid members. I have the option, and or I could also select a certain tier where somebody, subscribes for $5 a month. But I'm going to make it available for everyone, okay? And I'm going to publish that because I want people to play my games. Because you have to understand that right now, like, nobody knows who I am. I mean, well, there are people who know who I am, but they don't like me because I'm transgender. But that's a whole nother topic there. But I am on all the social media. So, whenever I make a new Patreon post, I'm almost always posting on Facebook about the latest updates. So, and I'll make it public here. Okay, we're going to make a public post. Okay, I like that. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, and then what I'm going to, let's see, let's share on Twitter. Let's see what it looks like if I share on Twitter. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay, and let's see here. And then there's download for Instagram or download for TikTok. I need to sneeze. Well, with Instagram and TikTok, I tend to be more of the lines of making videos and stuff. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be ending this live stream soon. Let me make sure it's still going. I sure hope it's going. See, yes, it's still streaming to Twitch. I've been going for an hour and 21 minutes so far. So that's the idea, is this has been a live Twitch stream. And I don't know if I have any followers on Twitch or not, but I hope so. So here's the important thing though. Ooh, okay, here's Twitter. Okay, my Twitter tab is still open, and here's like, ooh, whoops, wind blew up my skirt. What in, what in the hell has even happened to Twitter? Now, I do follow some questionable things, I will admit. Um, anyway, let me go to Twitch. Okay, I'm gonna go to Twitch because it's gonna look a little bit weird here. So I'm gonna go to my, let me go to my creator dashboard, okay? I want to see, oh yeah, okay, I want to see here. Does it, the, because I wonder if there's a good way to see, okay, because there's ways to configure all kinds of things that I don't really know. I don't understand. Let's see, content, community. Ooh, followers list. Do I have, wait a minute. Do I have followers? Oh, okay, so what is this? Oh, okay, so these are people I'm followed, and if I were to click that, it would break up the heart. I don't want to break up the heart. But these people follow me. Let me, yep, unfollow. No, I don't. No, I don't want to unfollow them. Nope. Look, if these people follow me, I will follow them. Okay, if you follow me, then I will be nice and follow you back because I am a new Twitch streamer. I'm new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. But let's go to my channel, because if you go to my channel at twitch.tv/ChastityWhiteRose, you're gonna see, oh, isn't that cool? Because see, it's showing what my live stream is, so it looks weird. So okay, so nobody has, this is where I go if I want to see where if somebody said something. Okay, yep. Nobody has commented. I am so lonely in my computer programming world. Yep, that's how it is. That's just how it is. That's the way it is, people. Is that, yeah. People don't comment. I have 7 followers, but they don't comment on my streams. They don't know what to say. Hey, I wouldn't know what to say if I saw someone like me either. So that's fair. But let's just go back to chess.com and let's just see. Is it my turn in any more games? Oh, yes, it is my turn in a few games. So before I end the stream, let's see what chess moves I'm going to make. Ooh, okay. So they went there. So I see I can back up and see the previous moves. So anyway, so that's what they did. That's a little scary there. I don't. Oh, no. You see what they did there? My king is behind my rook. So in other words, I can't move the rook. I am really sad about that. You have no idea how sad I am about that. And I don't really know what I'm going to do about that because I'm going to lose a rook in this game. See, they got the advantage over me now. That's the sad part of it, is that I can't really do much about anything. So all I can really do is I can move this rook here so that after they capture, I'll capture back their bishop and get rid of that. But then they'll have more pieces than me, so I'm probably going to lose that game. That's the way it goes playing chess. You win some, you lose some. Oh, I see. That rook wants to go here. And I'm not going to let that happen yet. Well, hey, it can happen. Okay, that's fine. It can totally happen, but that's not going to change the final result. I'm going to move my king here, and I'm going to try to defend this pawn up here if I can. But that's my chess move. So I'm going to close this out, and there's my Linux desktop. And Debian Linux is nice. Debian Linux is free. It's open source. I've got all the programs, man. I got games I haven't even played. Like I have games like what's even Eltris? What is Eltris? Oh, hey, look at this. It's a random Tetris game that I Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's weird. Yeah. Huh. That's funny. 'Cause it's playing a demo. I don't even know how to control this. Nope, it's playing a demo. Yeah. See, I have Tetris. There are so many open source Tetris games. It's not even funny. It's crazy. So anyway, yeah. Let me get out. Let me exit that. Okay. Anyway, I'm seriously gonna end the stream now. But this has been fun. I made progress. I made updates to Chase Panel, and I showed the entire process of doing it. So I am quite happy about that. Catch me in the next stream. And please leave some comments if you do see this video.